since we've already done.
Yeah. I'm just gonna send the signal to all our social media channels because
cool.
It
Sounds
looks
good.
like I'm watching us in the Arkansas Weather Network app, and right now we're live there. So I'm gonna put us on Facebook, and we'll see if we can continue on. And if this one becomes an issue, we'll know where the issue was.
Cool.
So I'm sending all that data now, and we are live on Twitter and Facebook and on the YouTube page, Arkansas Weather Network, and on the Zachary Hall Arkansas Storm Tracker YouTube page. So after some early technical difficulties, this is promising.
Yes, it is. Yeah,
I'm going to have my phone sitting right here. I'm going to have my phone sitting right here with the stream on our app. So if it goes bye, I will at least know about it.
Okay.
Looks like we've got a few people joining in. You know, we may lose some of the people who were going to watch earlier.
Yeah, that's okay.
Completely understandable. We're trying to get our stuff together here. We got a very low risk for severe weather tomorrow. We've got a low risk for severe weather on Friday. We wanted to just go over everything for the next couple of days and give you all the information that you need. There's the 2 severe weather risks, Thursday and Friday. It's really one system, a couple of different rounds. It is going to be very warm tomorrow. You can get all the latest forecast information in the Arkansas Weather Network app. But guys, what I want to do is go in depth through what we expect over the next 48 hours. And we can do that with our model data here. Now, tomorrow morning, we think there's going to be some rain. And there does look like there's an indication that there could be some maybe thunderstorms up into northwest Arkansas, maybe early. But, I mean, maybe a lot of this just barely bypasses the state.
Yeah, some of it might stay up in Missouri. It looks like tomorrow, I think the theme for tomorrow in Arkansas, if you take anything from this video, is going to be hit or miss, scattered showers and thunderstorm activity on Thursday rather than widespread activity. So hopefully you're not expecting that for Thursday. But
yeah, I just brought the rain chances down in the Arkansas Weather Network app statewide.
Cool.
The best chances are northwest, and there's going to be some chances, but look at what happens here. As you go through the afternoon, it's very spotty. Now, a couple of these could develop into thunderstorms, but again, it is not a washout tomorrow. Our best chance of rain by far comes on Friday. Some of the latest data wants to develop some thunderstorms Thursday evening along a boundary that moves through. I can't even rule out severe weather with that, but again, it's going to be a lower threat.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think as we
Our numbers are coming, guys. We're almost back to 200 plus people. Zach, you've got quite a few people watching on your Facebook.
Awesome.
And so we want to thank everybody for bearing
with us.
Yeah, thank you for bearing with us through the technical issues that we're fighting off tonight. Right now, everything looks like it's going good. So there's that very low severe weather risk on Thursday. It's the low/slight risk, depending on which terminology you're familiar with, on Friday. The front arrives on Friday. There's going to be a big gap in rain from Thursday, if you get any, into Friday. And Zach, I think by far the best chance of rain comes Friday.
Yeah, I think as the front really pushes in and this system really gets going, we'll have better opportunities for widespread showers and storms on Friday. Blaze, I know you've looked at the data about 100 times today whenever it comes to producing videos. Can you tell the masses about Friday a little bit?
Yeah, I think there could be some stronger storms, especially southeast Arkansas. We'll be keeping an eye on it. It looked like mainly Friday afternoon, roughly, somewhere in there, especially after lunchtime. So we'll be watching things very closely, and he'll put this into motion, and you can see there's the thunderstorm start to develop, and we've got that, the front moving through. And see, some of those storms could be strong to severe, low risk, but,
Might have a few cranky storms south of Little Rock for sure, down in our southeastern counties. I know that our southeastern Arkansas residents are very familiar with strong to severe thunderstorms even in the wintertime, and it looks like we may have an opportunity for that tomorrow afternoon. Guys,
this is a southeast Arkansas classic. You know, it's that's where the strong storm threat is. If anything gets going, if these couple of storms get going further down towards I-20, this is a non-event. There's got to be some instability that gets into the state, and it's possible. For areas further north, like Little Rock, Hot Springs, maybe as far north as Russellville and Clinton, but really not so much. It's along I-30 and I-57 east. There's going to be a period of rain that we have to deal with before this thing kicks off towards the east. Zach, if we see severe weather, if God forbid we got a tornado warning on Friday afternoon, it's probably limited to these 4 counties in southeast Arkansas, maybe 5,
Yeah.
Union to Deshay, Ashley, Chico.
Yeah, I think so. That's probably going to be our best bet. I feel like a lot of times too, and I could be wrong for tomorrow, but I feel like from past experience that instability is really, it gets kind of shoved into the corner and we're left with a small pool of instability to work with. That doesn't mean that it won't storm or we won't have any severe weather, but I don't think it will be ultra widespread across a large part of the state like you said earlier.
So this event Friday, and it's unfortunate for Northwest and West Arkansas because they do need some rain. But
we need rain,
most of the rain falls, falls along I-30, I-57, and points to the east. You see the stronger storms there in southeast and east Arkansas. That's where the main severe weather threat is. I do want to stress that the main threat here, Zach, is probably some high wind gusts.
Yeah, I think high winds. Blaze, would you agree? High winds and hail probably the main concerns.
Yeah, I think so. And another thing to note is we're also with the front moving through. There's going to be some pretty strong non-thunderstorm winds associated with it. So
especially on Thursday too.
Exactly.
Yeah, I noticed that it was pretty windy tomorrow prior to this thing getting here. So
probably anywhere between 20 to 30 miles per hour wind gusts as the front moves through.
Yeah, it is going to be windy. I left that graphic out, but that's a good point that you guys make. I'm also watching the chat. A lot of people just throwing in there, hey, a year ago we were gearing up for a big winter storm.
We were.
Remember that?
Oh, yeah. Oh, I remember. Sleepless nights ahead of that one. Yeah.
It is one of my all-time favorites. I think, and I'm not bragging because I'll be the first to say, man, that was a terrible forecast. Last January was my best snow forecast I've ever done.
Yeah,
in 7 years.
I will say that it was one of my better ones, but I will say it was also, I feel like the data made it a little bit easier on me because sometimes it's so hit or miss. We knew that was going to be a slammer. Man, and it did.
Yeah.
Holy cow.
The day before, I said, if Ned Permy could get January 2000 snowstorm right with very limited technology, surely with all the data just painting a bullseye on central and western Arkansas, we can get it right.
We ended up with 9 inches on my house in Greenwood. 9 inches. Man, it was a lot.
Incredible. All right, back to Friday. We have the storms that are going to roll through. I think by 5 and 6 o'clock, this is a Mississippi event. And I think the better chance for tornadoes may be out here in Mississippi and maybe down towards the Jackson area.
Yeah.
For us, it's probably just lingering rain late in the day.
Yep. Much needed. So,
Blaze, feel free to add something here. You know, you're well known across north central Arkansas, and they may get the shaft on the rain tomorrow.
Yeah, and we've been, here's the bad part, we've been seeing a lot of burn bans across the area. Yeah. And I'm just not confident we're going to see those lift anytime soon.
Yeah. No, we need rain. We need rain bad.
So I'm giving you a regional view here on Friday at 6. Usually the peak of any severe weather event is late afternoon, early evening. And by that time on Friday, it's all towards our east, which is why I think Mississippi is kind of the bullseye for this. Now, our southeast and east Arkansas counties, we're going to watch for you guys, but the bullseye is really going to be across Mississippi where the wind and maybe isolated tornado threats a little bit better. You've got the surface low going through Arkansas. I think for our events, Blaze and Zach, you've seen it 100 times. That surface low needs to really go through southern Missouri or southeast Kansas for us to have a bunch of tornadoes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not the perfect placement for a severe weather outbreak tomorrow, on Friday in Arkansas. So.
Well, and I also
that's
think
great
again,
news.
Some of these storms could be more elevated, because there is that lack of instability. So, yes, they could be loud. Don't get me wrong, they could be loud. There could be a lot of, heavy rain with them, a lot of lightning. But, lightning does not make a storm severe. So, just throwing that out there.
So it looks like we're going to get rid of all this sometime during the evening hours on Friday. It moves off towards the east. Some of the early model data had a rain-snow mix getting into northwest Arkansas. I just don't think it's in the cards this time. It's going to stay towards the north.
Yeah, if it does, it's going to be limited to probably our northernmost counties along the Missouri border and won't amount to much of anything. So I think the bigger story, James, I'm sure you would agree, and Blaze, that when we clear from this system, as we go into Saturday night and into Saturday morning, it's going to be windy, it's going to be cold, it's going to be a big change from what we've dealt with this week. So,
yeah, I do want to go over there's some other data that we have, or I did want to go over it. I guess we won't. Skip past it. Rainfall amounts, though, and I think this has been pretty consistent the last couple of days. the best chance for more than half an inch of rain is going to come east of I-30 and east of I-57. So I do feel like there's going to be some 1-inch totals. It's not out of the realm of possibility. If Little Rock gets in a heavy band of rain, we could, on the high end of things, end up with 1 inch of rain. But it's just most likely towards the east and southeast. But hey, good for East Arkansas. I mean, they need this. I feel for Mena, Russellville, Fort Smith, man. Just it's going to be another dry 10 days.
Yeah, a good signal for rainfall there south and east of Little Rock. That's what I mentioned that in the YouTube video this morning, and it looks like it's going to stay the same. So hopefully soon, but not a soaker for most of the state next couple days.
Yeah, it's good news. Let's talk about cold air, Zach. I'm getting a lot of complaints. It's just been too hot this winter. So it'll feel colder on Saturday morning.
Yes. This could linger too. I posted about it on my Facebook today. Wind chills even into late Sunday morning towards lunchtime could be in the 30s across a large chunk of the state with wind gusts 20 to 30 miles per hour. So it's going to feel, even though the air temperatures might be in the 40s and whatnot, it's going to feel cold this weekend, a lot colder than what we've dealt with this last week. Blaze, are you excited for the cold air to come back?
I am. I mean, 70-degree weather for Christmas was just no.
Not a fan either.
I'm sure I'm probably going to get some hate. Don't get me wrong. It was nice to go outside, enjoy it. However, for Christmas, it needs to be cold.
If you're watching this live feed, you need to leave a comment on whatever platform and let us know. Do you prefer a warm Christmas or a cold Christmas? We'll go back and check the comments and see who wins. Good luck. It's gonna be cold.
I hope cold.
It's gonna be cold.
I really hope cold wins.
Warmth is best. So we go from the 70s tomorrow afternoon, and that front doesn't really get in here until later on Friday. So we're back in the 60s with rain. I think temperatures may be limited just due to rain on Friday.
Yeah.
But that cold air does get here.
Yeah.
And it holds temperatures in the 50s on Friday. And then Sunday, Monday, maybe your coldest couple of days.
Yeah. Sunday looks more winter-like. Highs back in the 30s and 40s. So a lot more January-like than what we've been dealing with lately.
I'm gonna have to get my ski jacket out. I can't. So there's the high temperatures Monday, still back in the 40s, guys. We had briefly talked about some of the longer range data today, and we're gonna briefly just talk about that just a little bit because I think it's showing us some good things. So I'm gonna pull my graphic full screen and show you just temperature anomalies, okay? And this is just the Euro AI, and we'll show the Euro Ensemble. So this is wrapping up the warmth that we're having. You see we get colder Sunday, Monday. It's warm to the north, above average temperatures, so we're very average next week. But late in the forecast cycle, and this is like day 11 through 15, so that's January 20th through 23rd, it starts to get colder in the northern U.S., and that is the source region, of course, for our cold air. So when you see really far below average temperatures there, you can start to at least expect that maybe this is going to start to spill down south as you get towards maybe, this is 15 to 20 days down the road. So this is a long ways out, but we have been at least searching for the potential for something else. And I think that we may find it down the road.
I think the long-range data, to me, based off the last few winters, this is a classic look for cold air that has been built up at the high latitudes and it's going to get a nudge and displace it south. Anytime, and James, I know we've talked about this before, I feel like anytime it's built up across Western Canada like that, if the pattern supports it, it's going to eventually make its way downstream to us, modified, of course, but I think the second half of January is going to be quite a bit colder than the first half. I'm pretty confident in that.
And I just showed you 4 data sources that show you go past day 10 and there's a rapid cooling of the eastern Rockies there in Western Canada and in the northern plains.
Yeah.
And in the right pattern, that can just dump south into the south central U.S., which affects us. The pattern we have been in so far this year has really been for a glancing blow and the cold going into the Ohio Valley. This type of setup, I think, lends it more to one that gives us colder air. So, guys, I like to talk about the law of averages. I think, it can only be so warm for so long. And I think that later in this month, I don't know, it may last 3 days. It might. We're talking about it now. But, we may get down the road and really cold air moves in, but it's only a 3 or 4 day thing. That's pretty common. But at least for you people who love cold weather, there is something on the horizon there. And Blaze is laughing. He's like, of course.
I feel just a little bit targeted. I ain't gonna lie.
Maybe
by that comment.
I think it's one of those things. I think it's one of those things where I said on Facebook yesterday, I just don't know if I remember, and I'm sure there has been at some point, but there's just not very many Januaries. Even if you have a mild pattern, it does not last. This is our coldest month of the year. It's going to get cold. If you want snow, we have to have cold if you want snow. So we've got to get some cold air in here, and if we can get some cold in here, then anything, all bets are off at that point. So we'll see what happens. Maybe it'll be your time if you love snow later this month. Just not right now, for the most part.
No, and some other meteorologists I talked to, we think severe weather might be not just the next couple of days withstanding, but we might have more chances for severe weather if the mild pattern just continues to persist. And so we'll just have to see, This has been the slowest start to winter that I can remember in a very long time.
Yeah.
We had the little thing early in December, but it just really hasn't done much. There's been no weather.
It reminds me a lot of January 2023. The start of January 2023 was very, very mild, 70s and 80s. And man, we flipped the switch in the middle of the latter part of that month, and we never looked back. We had plenty of cold, 2 winter storms. Not saying we're going to have 2 winter storms this month, but I do feel like we're kind of headed in that direction of having some source of cold air to get down here. So.
That's the snowstorm where Blaze and I got stranded on 65 south of Marshall.
Oh, that was
2023, Blaze.
Interesting.
Yeah, we had 6 or 7. Oh my God, I can't believe I just said that. We had 6 or 7 inches of snow at my house. I can't remember exactly, but it was enough. Hey, it was enough snow to knock out the power here in Greenwood. So it was a big one.
If you're gonna say 6, 7, you better do the sign.
No, I'm not. My son might laugh at me. Oh my gosh. We gotta move past that. People are gonna start making fun of me.
I don't know how much time's left in the game, guys. We've gone way past the half.
There's 9 minutes left. So we got plenty of time.
We had some technical issues tonight. We still have almost 200 people hanging on here just from our social media channels. So we really appreciate every one of you.
James?
Yeah.
I'm not trying to interrupt or anything, but I do want to say we haven't said anything yet, even though this stream has been rough. Huge thank you, First Community Bank, 1312 Cleaning and Restoration, Splash Car Wash, Air Masters, TCW Fiber Internet. Our sponsors have been incredible to us upon our launch. We're just shade over a month now, and we'd be remiss if we didn't mention them in this video. So a big shout out to our sponsors for helping us get launched and successful start that we've had.
Yeah, and they make this whole thing happen. It's it doesn't happen without them. We want this to be really successful, and it's not successful without people like First Community Bank, 1312, TCW, Splash. And there's going to be others, Yep. We've been talking to some others. So I'm just going through the chats. Amanda mentions February is usually pretty cold. Yes. I think February is usually going to gives you fits if January doesn't. You don't always go 2 for 2, but if you don't do anything on one, you're going to do it in the other month.
Yeah. February is a wild card. You just never know, really.
Really is. Richie mentions the Highland tornado was February 5th. Yeah, we can always have tornadoes in the winter.
Oh yeah.
I would say, to me, it seems like the cold is outweighing the warm in terms of comments. It seems like the majority is happy about the cold weather, including my chemistry teacher. She put cold for Christmas. So.
Well, yay for your chemistry teacher. I like to hear that. I'm definitely on board for a cold Christmas, but whatever. Maybe next year.
No doubt. People love a good winter storm and some good cold weather. All right, guys, do y'all have anything else to add? We're going to wrap it up. If we have to be live at any point for severe weather on Thursday or Friday, we will be. And as of the last 30 minutes, everything's working. So
good.
We don't anticipate technical issues over the next 2 days, but we'll get them dealt with. We have a great support structure in place. So we'll get them dealt with if we have to.
Just remember, too, guys, if you're watching this video, we thank you. Download the Arkansas Weather Network mobile app. It's completely free on the Apple App Store and Google Play Store as well. We've worked really hard on it. We're still working on it to this day, but we think you'll enjoy it, and it's worth the download.